Hey, it is a very special episode of Two Shot Tuesday here. We say this often and we mean it because it so often is true. My name is Jason Riley. I'm one of your hosts. And with me, Barry T. Nixon, my co host, and really the beating heart of this podcast. Wouldn't you say, Barry?
Okay.
All right.
Well, that's very nice of you. I've often called you the beating heart.
You have.
So I don't know. I guess I got the heart today, and that's
I'm
fine.
I'm returning the
interchangeable.
favor.
That's nice of you. Nice of you.
You know what? We're coming at you a little bit early because the reason we're getting this recorded just a touch early is because I will be once again in Tokyo, Japan for a week. So we'll be missing that recording week, finishing off the filming on this series that I'm very excited, Barry, to bring to you in the hopefully not too distant future.
Yeah, I'm excited to watch it. You said it's going to be on Prime for our audience. They should keep an eye open for that.
Yeah, get ready to get your subscription up. We'll make sure to update our audience when the time comes. But before that, we've got plenty of excitement. Today's episode is dedicated to a story that I had not sent to me, but I discovered it on the Google. And it's from Looper.com, where they counted down what they believe are the 10 most rewatchable action movies of all time. And I said to myself, I know one person who'll be able to verify or not verify this list. And that's Barry T. Nixon. And we should do that live on the show.
Okay.
You ready for this?
I'm ready. Let's get into it.
All right. We got a format around here. And so to kick us off, we always start with shot number one. Barry, what have you got?
Jay, I am delighted to welcome back Jameson Black Barrel. As you know, I was living in a Black Barrel desert for some time, but it's back, baby. It's back.
Yeah, perfect. And I am trying out a brand new whiskey that I found at my local called The Whistler. It's an Irish whiskey. Now, Whistler makes me think of skiing, British Columbia.
Yep.
The Whistler makes me think of somebody whistling crazily on the street or something. So
somebody who's inebriated and whistling.
Yeah, exactly. And whistling, having a great time. Will this be a great time as a shot? I'm going to find out for the very first time here live with you.
Perfect. Cheers. Cheers. That is a spring breeze blowing around my esophagus. How about you? Oh boy, that looks chewy.
It's an oak cask, and I would say this is like an entire dining room table. It's
the whole set, set, chairs included, brother. Yeah, good.
It's oak.
That's sturdy.
I don't love that
sturdy
much
wood.
Oak. It's a sturdy wood, I'll tell you. We'll see how shot number two goes down. That one is a strong, oaky taste. If you like that, then you might love The Whistler. Available at your LCBO, maybe. All right, should we get into this? The 10 most rewatchable action movies of all time?
After that intro, we'd be crazy not to.
All right, Barry, number 10 on the list, John Wick. What is your thought? John Wick, one of the most rewatchable?
Absolutely. 1,000%. I would venture to say all four of them are.
Really? What would you say makes it one of the most rewatchable of all time?
Just a really tight story, and it doesn't overcomplicate matters. It's just a guy seeking revenge, and just the body count just piles up, and it's beautiful to see.
What is it about his dog? There's something about a dog in John Wick?
Yeah, his dog is murdered.
Oh, is that what sets him off for revenge?
That's what sets him off because it's the last gift his deceased wife gave him. So he has literally no further family after the dog is murdered. And so that sends him out of retirement as a hitman back into the underworld. And he just doesn't stop. He's like the Terminator, only he's a real guy. It's pretty cool.
Okay. And does he keep going? Is it the dog that's driving him through all four movies, or does eventually? No, just the first one, and then
the first one.
Okay, got it.
There are other drivers. Don't you worry. There's other reasons for him to continue. Oh my God, Jay, you haven't seen it? Do yourself a favor. Just grab it in 4K blind buy. You'll be happy.
All right. Well, that's one of the 10 most rewatchable movies. I'm going to go to number 10 on their list. At a 90-minute runtime, Liam Neeson in Taken. Did you see it?
Another good one. Yeah, I have seen it. Yeah.
What makes that rewatchable?
Well, this is where I'm not sure that because the subject matter is very dark. It's about like human sex trafficking. His daughter is kidnapped, sold into sex slavery. Yeah, and he has to, Liam Neeson's character has to like track her down, and it's pretty dark. Although, John Wick is dark too because he just kills everybody, but you can kind of understand what set him off. I don't know. I mean, you can understand what set off Liam Neeson too. I'm not really sure. I'm slipping on the ice here. What I can tell you is it's pretty dark. It's a little too dark to rewatch.
There you go.
Because it is.
That's what I wanted to hear.
Selling people into slavery, and particularly girls just for sex. And so that I don't necessarily
So
need to
not
see
one of
that.
the most rewatchable.
I don't
Worth
think so.
seeing, but not most
Definitely
rewatchable.
worth seeing.
Maybe watch the
But
franchise because I think there's 3,
yeah,
maybe
I think
4.
I quit after the first one.
Yeah, there you go. So not
Yeah,
rewatchable. Okay,
I don't
that's
think so.
that's the next one. How about this one? I don't know if you've seen it. I have not. Running it at 124 minutes. Mark Wahlberg in Shooter. Have you seen Shooter?
Haven't seen it. No.
Well, we've done Shot number 1 and 2. We're big fans of shots here, but I don't know about
Yes, we
Shooter.
are.
So you haven't seen it? Okay, so we can't say that one's rewatchable. It's not even watchable. Well, I know where you're going to land on this one. Tom Cruise in Top Gun Maverick.
Either one of those, the original or Maverick, absolutely endless repeatability.
I agree with you. That is
Yeah,
just a
fantastic.
fun movie. A nice tribute with, Val Kilmer that was his last screen appearance.
It was, and that was a heart-wrenching scene between him and Tom Cruise in his office where he couldn't communicate. But then at the very last minute, right at the end of the scene, he does use his voice, what's left of it. And I was just like, there wasn't a dry eye in the movie theater. I know I use that phrase often, but truly, I was, me and Rob Peets, our movie guy, sobbing like idiots. But it feels good to do that sometimes. And,
Yeah.
when it's a genuine moment, like it was so genuine.
Yeah, okay. All right. I think we're at number.
I love how you just blow right past
Well, we got
anything
a
to
big
do with
list.
emotions.
And then I want some
Okay.
other entries
That's
on
what
your
it is.
part.
It's the big
So that
list.
one's endless repeatability,
Endless.
rewatchable. I think we're at number 6 or so. We're going to do 2 more. We'll do our next shot, and then we'll get through the rest of the list.
Okay.
We've got Denzel Washington in The Equalizer.
Ooh, great movie.
Never saw it.
Dude,
But
this is really good.
Yeah, there was a
Excellent.
TV show, and I'm not talking the Queen Latifah TV show, but there was one in the 80s called The Equalizer. Do you remember that?
Correct. Yes.
Okay, you do remember that. Great.
Yeah, I do remember it. I never watched it, but you don't need to know about the television series to enjoy this movie.
Yeah.
And, I mean, Denzel, I'll pretty much watch anything that guy is in because he's just such a fantastic performer.
He is.
But this movie in particular, this is another one of those revenge stories.
Yeah.
It's not him that's wronged. He witnesses others being wronged and he exacts revenge on their behalf. So he's kind of like a Robin Hood, except he's not stealing money, but he's trying to equalize, if you will.
Okay.
And he does amazingly well. It's good. He's like an ex-CIA guy, black ops guy,
Right.
retired. Again, it's that trope, right? He's trying to live a normal life, but he cannot stand all of the crime and things that are happening all around him, like people getting extorted and whatever.
Like the 1970s movies with Charles Bronson. They did a bunch of them.
Yeah, Death Wish.
Death Wish. Many Death
Fantastic.
Wish movies made. Okay, we're going to go to number, I think, 5 on the list, and we're going to do a shot. I know where you're going to land on this one, and I'm going to agree with you. Die Hard, the first Die Hard. So good.
What are we even talking about here?
It's so classic.
That's everybody's favorite Christmas movie.
Exactly. I remember as a kid, they put those movie posters up for this movie like months and maybe a year before in town. And I was like, just wanted to see it just based on the poster. And like Bruce Willis was really popular for Moonlighting. And I remember just being excited about that movie. And it lived up to the hype and continues to.
Endless repeatability.
Endless. Okay, that one's definitely on the list. Let's take a break and do a shot, Barry.
Yeah.
I think this is one of many shots you're going to be doing tonight because you're having a
believe-
whole evening out.
A whole evening.
Dude, to touch on that before you do your shot.
Okay.
Why
I
not?
mean, I'm going out tonight. It's Barry's off the chain with some of his buddies, and we're going to my favorite bar in the whole entire world. And who knows what time we'll get home? It's a 4 a.m. night. You never know. You just don't.
That's the Bovine for those folks who want to
100%.
listen in. All right.
Yeah.
I won't be there
Shout out
with
to the
you
Bove.
in person, but I'll be there with you in spirit. And speaking of spirit, let's have a spirit here with whatever the hell we're shooting. Cheers.
You're on a roll. Cheers. It looks like that didn't land either. That missed the target.
It's tough. This one's a tough shot. I bought the whole bottle, so I will work my way through it, but we'll try it as a sipper, and get back to you on that.
Just going to ask you about that.
All right. We're going into number something on the list. Again, I think I know where you're going to land on this one. I think we're going to sync up. First Blood.
Oh, I keep making that noise.
You
What are we
do.
even talking about? Of course. First Blood is probably one of the first action films I ever saw. Fell in love with it. It's amazing. All shot in the Canadian Rockies, too.
Yeah. Really good movie. I watched
So
executive producer Aldo Roma and I worked our way through many of the Rambo movies.
good.
And so I really enjoyed that one, really enjoyed Rambo. They got a little dicier as you moved along.
Well, First Blood Part 2 is amazing. I think
I was going to ask, what's your favorite of those two?
it's like trying to choose your favorite kid. If I had a kid, like you
I don't
can't.
care for children.
You love them both equally. The third one is where things start to dip a little.
Yeah.
But then they came back with they just called it Rambo, and that was awesome. But then they finished with Last Blood, and that kind of was disappointing. But Rambo, and then First Blood and Rambo First Blood Part 2, those three, that's all you need. Forget about Part 3 and Last Blood.
Yeah, the second movie was absolutely incredible. And I don't know if you ever watched the Rambo cartoon series.
I did not. I didn't know that there was one.
Really good series. As a kid, I watched it. I used to record it on VHS. My aunt and uncle lived in Akron, Ohio. We didn't get it in Canada, so I went down there to visit for a while. I just loaded up on as many episodes as I could. It's really good. And they made a whole series of no, he didn't voice it, but they did a imitation of his voice.
Sounded close?
Well, pretty close. Without
it wasn't an
being
Australian
stereotypical.
accent, right?
No, it wasn't that. No, it wasn't that. Well played. Yeah. Anyway, that was an okay cartoon, and they had action figures and stuff. So he sort of made that crossover from the R-rated to the action figure. Maybe that's why Part 3 went a little off the rails. They tried to be a little too mass appeal.
Yeah, parts of it were cool, and I did like the whole battle against the Soviets, but it just... Anyway.
We're going to move on. Another Tom Cruise one coming up on the charts here. Mission Impossible Fallout.
Absolutely. That is a gem of the series.
Yeah.
Truly is. From start to finish, this thing just is unrelenting with its action. Yeah, Henry Cavill is as the heavy in this one. He's great. And the battle at the very end where he's got like motor oil burned half of his face and he's battling Tom Cruise on top of this mountain. Tom Cruise is trying to get back this detonator so he can stop this nuclear bomb from going off. It's insane. The whole thing is insane and very, very rewatchable. 100%.
Yeah. It's on your list. I would put it on my list. While we're here, what is your favorite of the Mission Impossible movies? Is that it?
Boy, this is another one. This is another Sophie's choice here. I don't know.
Yeah, pop it out.
I love the first one. I love Fallout. I liked how it ended. If it ended, I don't know if it did, but the final reckoning, fucking amazing.
Yeah. Sounds like an ending, but I don't know. I haven't seen that one yet. I've seen all the others. Rogue Nation is my favorite. Just that Dubai coming out, that on the skyscraper, Dubai. Like
that's not Rogue Nation. That is
which one's that?
Ghost Protocol.
Sorry, Ghost Protocol. That's my favorite. Rogue Nation came after that one, right?
That's correct.
Yeah,
that one
not as good. Yeah, it was okay. A little shaky.
It was okay.
But Ghost Protocol is my all-time favorite.
Wow. Yeah, I don't disagree. That is a fantastic one too.
Perfect. All right. Let's see here. It says websites will do. Sometimes they jump ahead. We're going to love this one. I think we're down to our last couple. Barry, you introduced me to this one. I got to tell you, I could watch this one multiple times a day. You know what I'm going to say?
It's not Swamp Thing. I know that much.
No, it is Mad Max Fury Road.
Yeah. Fantastic.
One of the most impressive cinematic feats I think I have ever witnessed. I showed executive producer Aldo Roman. He doesn't often go in for these types of movies, and he was blown away by it. And in 4K, the surround sound.
Yeah.
What are your
Sandstorm, man. I would also put in there, I know we haven't gotten to this part yet, but I loved Fury Road, but I also really liked Furiosa.
Great.
I thought that was just, I could watch that multiple times for sure. Really excellent.
You told me to watch it first, and I'm glad I did because I hadn't seen either of them. I was even though it was released second, it was a prequel and it's set up perfectly without, you didn't need to know everything about Fury Road to get Furiosa. Like it really set things up nicely.
It did. And it gave more emotional heft to the, Charlize Theron, the grown-up Furiosa. You kind of get her perspective a lot more with her trying to get to the green place. We were like, well, what is this? Well, now we know. And how much more heart-wrenching it was when she finally reached to find that it was just swallowed by sand.
Yeah.
So, pretty
cool.
So
good. And there's a book about it. Just what I read, this the entire production. I think I was sharing with you some stories of just how the pain and the time it took to make this movie. They made it over like a decade, maybe even more. Tom Hardy was a nobody when they cast him, and he just by the time they actually got around to filming, he had done Dark Knight. He had done Dark Knight Rises. He had done all that. Like he was cast before he became Tom Hardy, the big deal. And so that's an amazing story.
Totally.
Last one, and then I want to get some other movies from you to round out the list. Sure. Terminator 2, Judgment Day.
This one I sometimes wrestle with. I love everything about it except for Edward Furlong, the kid. I find the kid
I agree.
very irritating. Just that high-pitched, squeaky, squealy voice. I have a hard time with it. And the fact that they made the Terminator, they made him they dumbed him down. They tried to make him into like a dad character, which I didn't really care for that. But there are parts of it that are just friggin' amazing. So I don't know.
Yeah. Rewatchable though, I would say.
Definitely rewatchable.
3 times.
Rewatchable. No more than 3 though.
2 or 1 or 2. What's your favorite on
For me,
Terminator?
it's the first one.
Okay.
Arnold as the villain, where he says, like maybe 17 lines of dialogue in the entire movie. Like, he is just perfectly cast. Linda Hamilton, Michael Biehn, those guys are great. I definitely prefer part one. That's
Okay. I think I'm too,
view.
because I just like the big budget kind of, like, he just amped it up on steroids. So that's where I'm at. I'm also a sucker for that hero turn, like in wrestling, how the villain turns to be a hero. That's what Arnold did. I like that.
So you like part two more?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Okay, so
Wow.
Barry, as we wrap up in our final minutes, I want to hear, what are one or two movies that didn't make that list that might make your action movie list? Rewatchable.
Yeah, not the Shawshank Redemption. Don't worry.
Okay, yeah,
That is
no,
entirely rewatchable, but a different category. It's not action,
Totally.
even though, as we talked about offline,
Yeah.
Andy almost gets thrown off a roof. I don't know about
In
you, but
one
that's
scene. High action, absolutely.
that was high action. Two that jump out immediately that I cannot believe are not on this list. And again, we have touched on this in the past, both featuring the legendary Arnold Schwarzenegger. Where is Commando and where is Predator, the original movie? Like, those two, and I know you said you don't believe that Commando holds up. Well, let me tell you, as a dear friend and trusted advisor and co-host, it has endless repeatability. I'd be happy to loan it to you. It's not in 4K yet. It should be. They just had their 40th anniversary, but there's no disc available yet. But I have it on Blu-ray. Happy to loan it to you. Fantastic movie. Really great.
Okay, yeah. I'm going to take those
What about
two.
you? What's missing for you, sir?
I'm going to add in Jurassic World, the second Jurassic Park movie with Jeff Goldblum.
You mean the Lost World?
Sorry, Lost World. Not Jurassic World, although that was a good one too. The Lost World with Jeff Goldblum taking kind of the lead role.
Yeah.
I thought he did such a great job. Of course, all those monsters. So I think that falls into action movie range. And what else might be one? I might throw in, I lost it. I had it. Like, could you throw in like an old Batman movie? Like, could you throw in like Batman Forever? Like, I enjoy watching maybe the first Batman's not action, but Batman Forever with Tommy Lee Jones and Val Kilmer. I kind of like that movie.
Okay,
Indiana Jones.
I know.
I'm going to throw in Raiders of the Lost Ark. That's an action movie.
Go.
Let's do that one. Endless repeatability on Raiders of the Lost Ark. Whew, that was saved myself.
Perfect pivot, because I was questioning there. I know you enjoy that for the camp value, but truly, does it have that repeatability?
Yeah. I bought it in 4K and I haven't watched it twice yet. So,
I think that the proof is in the pudding, my friend.
Yeah.
Anyway, that is a perfect list. I think we added to it in a positive way. And, our audience, if you are out there and wondering what to watch perhaps this weekend, and some of these titles you haven't heard, actually, you know what? You should go watch Shooter and then tell us whether it's worth watching. Because that was one that you and I were both like completely blank on.
Yeah, exactly. And so pretty much that list came in, I would say, pretty close to the mark.
I agree.
Okay.
All right, Jay. Well, good luck in Japan.
Thank you. I'll see you when I get back, and I'll be chatting with you while I'm there. And we'll see all of you again next week, because for you, there's no gap. There's no gap. So we'll see you. We look forward to it. Have a great week.
Right on.
Thank you for listening to Two Shot Tuesday. The show is produced by Barry and I, and edited by me. If you have yet to rate and review the show on Apple Podcasts, please take a second to do so now. It helps us grow, and it helps new audiences to find the show. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram at Two Shot Tuesday, and on Twitter at Two Shot Tuesday Podcast. Stop by, give us a follow, leave us a comment, and share your favorite episodes. If you have a question you'd like featured on the show, you can send us a text at 647-486-4848. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next week.